you can imagine all of your senses performing at 100%, you can almost imagine the feeling of being at a music festival.
Almost always recognized at first by its steady, intense bass line and its electronic-sounding rhythm, dubstep is an upbeat, energetic type of music that has recently swept the nation, or at least the music industry. Dubstep started out as a folk culture movement, appealing to a small niche of people, fans huddled close, dancing to their favorite DJs. Now, dubstep festivals such as Electric Daisy Carnival and Ultra have stepped up to challenge the infamous Woodstock and could possibly take the Best Music Festival title for themselves in just a few short years. Now kids, you might be asking yourself how this relates to the topics we've been discussing in class the past few months. Well, I have news for you. By comparing and contrasting Ultra and Woodstock, terms like immediacy, hypermediacy, medium, content, mass media, and convergence culture will be brought to light and applied to these two festivals in many different ways. So throw on some neon spandex, pull on those furry leg warmers, and let's get ready to rave. A little over 40 years ago, one of the most famous music festivals this world has ever seen took place on a 600-acre farm in Bethel, New York. On August 15, 1969, nearly 500,000 people flocked to the farm of Max Yasker to witness the Woodstock Music and Arts Fair. 32 groups played, and the festival ended on August 18th as a great success. This festival was so monumental because it was the perfect example of how a mass amount of people could coexist peacefully with little or no security. It was the most passive, lawless society anyone had ever seen. This festival pushed rock and roll into the spotlight of the coming decade and made a name for many performers at the venue. That was the time for rock and roll. This is the time for dubstep. The whole point of going to a music festival is to be immersed in your surroundings, to be engulfed by the sights and smells. You go for the music, but you stay for the atmosphere. Upon entering Woodstock, one's senses were overcome with the sight of 500,000 people adorned in every color under the sun, skinny dipping in the pond behind the stage, sleeping on the bare ground next to a stranger, and passing around a joint to a circle of friends. With technology so far behind what it is today, immediacy played a huge role in the success of the festival. Hypermediacy is extremely prevalent at the Ultra Music Festival and is experienced through the tools that DJs use. While they are on stage creating their music, they use laptops and turntables instead of drums and a guitar. The lights are a whole different story. They are synthetically created using LED bulbs to entrance the audience. Fans attend Ultra to see the DJs perform using different forms of technology while perfecting their music. The hypermediacy at Ultra Music Festival lends itself to the actual stage performance and plays a big role in the entertainment portion of the show. What was once a staple of folk culture transformed itself into the most famous rock and roll music festival ever. Rock became popular in the late 1950s and didn't really take off until the 60s. Rolling Stone magazine includes Woodstock in their list of the 50 moments that changed rock and roll forever. Ultra could be viewed in the same way. DJs attracted their followers by playing for free at clubs, opening for a more famous artist, or putting their works on social sites, such as YouTube and Facebook. With this injection into mass media, dubstep began to make a name for itself. Mark Poster writes that culture can no longer thus be understood as separate from technology. Ultra Music Festival embodies this statement. It is the perfect blend of culture and technology. The whole stage performance is centered around one artist making music with a computer, special software, turntables, PA systems, and lighting. Surrounding the stage is a mesh of culture. Different fashions, crazy dance moves, and the unique music are staples of the dubstep culture. Technology played an even bigger role at Woodstock. Because this festival was one of the first of its kind, and because it was expected to draw a crowd of almost 200,000, the sound system had to be custom built. Bill Hanley was the one for the job. Hanley used custom Shure microphones, 12,000 watts of Macintosh amplifiers, and custom-built loudspeakers to bring Hendrix, Joplin, and CCR to the growing crowd. Why does my generation enjoy music festivals so much? For some, it may be the music. For others, it may be the dancing. But for most, it's about the interconnectedness of humanity. All of the people you are surrounded by have the same thing on their minds. They're living in the moment, feeling, thinking, and breathing exactly what is around them and nothing else. Every problem, every care falls silent to the rhythm of the bass. The audience is connected through the sweaty, grassy smell of the body dancing along next to them and the feeling of 100,000 people coming together once again to celebrate peace and music.
The sky was on fire when I walked to the mirror.